Chapter 7. Tag with plague spirits. You're it, and you're infectious. Have fun with that. Laughing out loud. No soy. Percy planted his feet in a fighting stance. You know, I keep thinking I have now killed every single thing in Greek mythology, but the list never seems to end. You haven't killed me yet, I noted. Don't tempt me. The three Nosoi shuffled forward. Their cadaverous mouths gaped. Their tongues lolled. Their eyes glistened with a film of yellow mucus. These creatures are not myths, I said. Of course, most things in those old myths are not myths, except for that story about how I flayed the satyr Marsyas alive. That was a total lie. Percy glanced at me. You did what? Guys, Meg picked up a dead tree branch. Could we talk about that later? The middle plague spirit spoke. Apollo! His voice gurgled like a seal with bronchitis. We have come to... We are now on the top of page 56. Meanwhile, Percy Jackson charged into battle. He swung his sword, dodging the spirit's attempts to snare him. But his efforts were futile. Whenever his blade connected with the Nosoi, their bodies simply dissolved into glittery mist, then re-solidified. The spirit lunged to grab him from the ground. Meg scooped up a frozen black peach and threw it with such force it embedded itself in the spirit's forehead, knocking him down. We gotta run, Meg decided. Yeah, Percy backtracked toward us. I like that idea. I knew running would not help. If it were possible to run from diseased spirits, the medieval Europeans would have put on their track shoes and escaped the Black Death. And, for your information, the Black Death was not my fault. I took 1 century off to lie around the beach in Cabo and came back and found that the Nosoi had gotten loose and a third of the continent was dead. Gods. I was so irritated. But I was too terrified to argue. Meg and Percy sprinted through the orchard, and I followed. Percy pointed to a line of hills about a mile ahead. That's the western border of camp, if we can get just there. We passed an irrigation tank on a tractor trailer. With a casual flick of his hand, Percy caused the side of the tank to rupture. A wall of water crashed into the three Nosoi behind us. That was good, Meg grinned, skipping along in her new green dress. We're going to make it. No, I thought. We're not. My chest ached. Each breath was a ragged wheeze. I resented that these two demigods could carry on a conversation while running for their lives, while I, the immortal Apollo, was reduced to gasping like a catfish. We can't, I gulped. They just... Before I could finish, 3 glittering pillars of smoke plumed from the ground in front of us. 2 of the Nosoi solidified into cadavers. 1 with a peach for a third eye. The other with a tree branch sticking out of his chest. The third spirit, well, Percy didn't see it in time. He ran straight into the plume of smoke. Don't breathe, I warned him. Percy's eyes bugged out as if to say, seriously? He fell to his knees, clawing at his throat. As soon as a son of Poseidon, he could probably breathe underwater. But holding one's breath for an indeterminate amount of time was a different matter altogether. Meg picked up another withered peach from the field, but it would offer her little defense against the forces of darkness. I tried to figure out how to help Percy, because I am about helping, but the branch-impaled Nosoi charged at me. I turned and fled, running face first into a tree. I'd like to tell you that was part of my plan, but even I, with all my poetic skill, cannot put a positive spin on it. I found myself flat on my back. spots dancing in my eyes, the cadaverous vision of the plague spirit looming over me. Which fatal illness shall I use to kill the great Apollo? The spirit gurgled. Anthrax. Perhaps Ebola. Pretty ironic in these times of pandemic with the coronavirus, we're talking about diseases. Hangnails. I suggested trying to squirm away from my tormentor. I live in fear of hangnails. I have the answer, the spirit cried, rudely ignoring me. Let's try this. He dissolved into smoke and settled over me like a glittering blanket. The end. Thanks, guys. Look forward to reading the next chapter for you. Have a great day.